Hi, everybody. Um, Welcome to the CAG meeting. It's 4:03. How about we get started at right when it turns 4:05? I'll get back on and start the meeting. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the December CAG meeting, the last CAG meeting of 2024. Thank you, as always, for being here. Oops, sorry, I just dropped something. I'm going to turn it over to Desiree in a second, but just a quick note that my daughter has a concert this evening, so I am going to be jumping at around 5:15 so I can make it on time. But of course, Tara will be here, but just wanted to say that. All righty, I'm going to turn it over to Desiree.
Great. Let me share my screen. Wait a second. Um, is it looking good or is it a black? Oh, there we go. Is that good? Okay, wonderful. Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. Um, my name is Desiree Gazzo. I am the Community Outreach Lead for the PMCM HNTB Lero, presenting to you tonight on behalf of the Department of Design and Construction on the Eastside Coastal Resiliency Project. I am joined tonight by colleagues from the PMCM, DDC, and our sister agencies. And we are presenting tonight at meeting 52, and as Paula mentioned, the last meeting of 2024. So to move right on, we will have updates on the construction progress approach, environmental, hiring compliance, park amenities, and then of course, questions at the end. We did send out the agenda in advance, and I think the only thing that wasn't on there was the air quality monitoring, but we were able to pop that in today, so it is now included. Our first, oh, it's not advancing. Hold on a second. Why isn't it going? Weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, my apologies. Um, our first update here is on the hiring compliance side. On December 10th, we had a quarterly information session, which was virtual. So that recording is going to be posted on the Eastside Coastal Resiliency website. We had several hiring compliance, or not hiring compliance, hiring local job agencies and organizations join us and provided a wealth of information on upcoming trainings and programs. So it's really wonderful. And as soon as we get that up, we will share it with you. We also had a table at the DDC Manhattan Construction Career and Training Resource Fair. And those are some photos from there. So this month, Stephen and our Bowie Studios team has been very busy attending quite a few work with us and hiring fairs. So we are really trying to get out there and again connect people with the job. So if you have again any events that you'd like us to invite that you'd like to invite us to, please do reach out. We would love to attend. I don't know why this isn't working, advancing. Um, Again, this is the project area overview, project area 1, project area 2, and then parallel conveyance is throughout with the little red areas there. We have the overview of contracts, which is largely the same as the last presentation. We do have some updates on specific work operations in the coming slides, but the partial closures do still include East River Park south of East Houston Street. The Greenway is closed to East 10th Street. It is still open through to Project Area 2 or Psycho Park. As mentioned, the Delancey Street Bridge is open. The Corlears Hook pedestrian bridge, we actually got to walk on the other day since now the concrete walking surface is poured. But again, that won't open until the spring. There's ongoing flood wall activity work, East Houston Street retaining wall work, Ballfield 7 and 8 deep sewer work has started. And then again, Ballfield 1 and 2 is open. We have some photos of the esplanade, which is really great, and the tree planting, so we'll pop those up. We'll get into parallel conveyance later on in the presentation. And then for project area 2, again, Astor Levy Playground open, Cycle Park open, and Murphy Brothers open, which we're very proud of. If you haven't gone to see them, please do go. They are looking really wonderful. So for PA1 construction activities update, the micro pile installation and jet grouting is ongoing. Flood wall operations at Montgomery Street and South Street are moving forward, which we're very excited about. Jet grouting and utility work for the flood wall. The Corlears Hook Bridge wing wall and curb installation, again, getting Corlears Hook Park ready for that spring opening as well. The other items I think we spoke about, you'll see photos of the basketball court coming up. And then we have the work at Grand Street, which we'll talk about in the next slide. And then ongoing activities for the tennis court, multi-use turf construction, then the work that's happening at Ballfield 3, 4, and 5, which includes the wick drains, which we've installed in the previous area already and are now building on. East 10th Street work, we have some photos of the micro tunneling operations in the deck. And then ongoing partial FGR closures continue in various locations. And then this is just an update which shows, again, the new closure here, and then the open and access areas of the park, which we've all made all in green to make them a little bit more visible. Okay, so the Con Edison night work at FDR Drive and Grand Street. This operation is bringing gas main and electrical conduits across the FDR Drive. So it's beginning at this Grand Street location, and then the crews are unfortunately having to cross the FDR Drive with kind of minimal and temporary lane closures as they go across. We have been receiving some complaints due to the noise, as this is an overnight operation. So we are, discussing it with the team to see if there's anything that we could do about that. But Again, closing the FDR drive, as we have mentioned in the past, those do require overnight closures. There will be a pause in the work, so it has been going on for the past 2 or so weeks. There will be a pause in the work from December 23rd, so Friday night will be the last night of the work. And then there will be a pause through to January 3rd, and then it will start up again through the month of January, and then it will be completed. So again, that is for gas main and electrical conduit installation. The service road will remain open, and we just ask everybody to follow the detours and on-site signage to ensure safety, of course. And there are noise and air monitors in place as well. And we do apologize again for the noise that this is causing, but we do have to get these services across into the park. As you know, we don't have electric to electrify the lights. And, so we need these services on the other side of the park to facilitate that opening. So we appreciate everybody's coordination on that and patience. So here are some photos of the trees and shrubs that have been planted. Just about 450 trees have been planted and 2,300 shrubs and perennials. We've gone out there every week. We go out and it just, looks better and better. And it even looks better, more so when they complete the mulch installation. These are the shrubs and the grasses near the nature exploration area. As mentioned, this is the basketball court area, and we have the seating elements. So these, huge stones make up part of the seating and kind of steps that go down to the basketball court. These are the basketball hoops installed. That's from November. So they're really making progress on that. This is the installation of the C-rail north of the Williamsburg Bridge. And this is the Esplanade paver installation. Again, looking really, really great. I think being out there, this kind of walkway under the bridge is so far one of my kind of favorite areas. But again, it'll be really nice once everything's all done and folks are using it. So we're very excited to announce that the microtunneling operations at East 10th Street have completed. It was very successful. These are some photos of the microtunneling machine being prepped ahead of the operation. This is the microtunneling machine breaking through the receiving pit. So again, it started in East River Park and then went through and under the FDR Drive to East 10th Street. So there wasn't a disruption of traffic. There weren't any lane closures for the FDR Drive. There was actually one lane closure, but it wasn't a full closure like when we had to install the bridges. And then this is the machine head that kind of bores through and under the FDR Drive. So again, it was very successful. The folks were very happy with how it turned out, and now the pipe is in there to receive the utilities that need to go through. This operation is on the front page of our Esker website, and there's a fact sheet about the microtunneling, and DDC has also released a video on the microtunneling, which I don't believe we have linked yet, right? But we will be linking it before the week is over. So please check that out. It's really very interesting. For what we've heard, quite a few folks have been asking about the Pinch Point Greenway. So we do have an update on that from DDC. That again is a separate contract from Esker, but as it is a DDC project and related to this, we are, providing updates until DDC starts providing those updates separately with that team, which will happen in early 2025. So the Greenway Pinch Point will be an in-water structure similar to the East Midtown Greenway, which we have the photograph here on the right. And it will connect East River Park and Captain J. Brown Walk, which is just before Stuyvesant Cove Park. It's being funded as a design build contract, again, separate from Eastside Coastal Resiliency. And the schedule and concept, again, they're at the concept level, will be presented in early 2025 by DDC. The Eastside Coastal Resiliency team will continue coordinating with DDC and Parks on this project, but again, it will be a separate project. For the Fireboat House and Section 106 process, OMB, DDC, and Parks are working on the responses to the alternatives analysis comments that were received from the consulting party. So we just wanted to provide that update. And then the future amenities openings, again, we said that more amenities south of the Williamsburg Bridge would be opening in spring. I know we're all anxiously awaiting that. And when we have more concrete dates, we will certainly present those as well. For the environmental air quality for Project Area 1, we have the monitoring locations here. So we'll have that in the deck if you'd like to review. And then it was a really good month. We've had none from Montgomery Street to Jackson Street. Again, very low duration here for Jackson Street to Williamsburg Bridge. It looks like this one here for the PM10 from Jackson Street to Williamsburg Bridge was potentially the kind of the longest alert duration here. And again, dust mitigation measures were provided. And then again, not much for the other locations here. So I know the cold weather definitely helps this because a lot of the ground is cooler, and it's not like the summer months where you get a lot of dust coming up. So this is, really great news. For parallel conveyance construction progress at location 1, Jackson Street to Water Street and Corlears Park, we have the sewer installation at Gouverneur Slip East, which is requiring daytime road closures, electric relocation, night work on the FDR Drive between Cherry Street and Jackson Street, at Lewis Street to Delancey Street, and many of the other locations, Baruch to Delancey, East Houston and Columbia, Avenue C and East 18th Street, and Avenue C at East 20th to East 23rd. The majority of that work, again, is still electrical relocation, test fits, Con Ed gas work, and then some test piles as well. So the majority of the activity is happening at location 1, Jackson Street and Water and Corlears Park. So if we remember, the first portion of this work was on Water Street. And then the contractor is now on Gouverneur Slip East. And that is expected to conclude this month, the work here on Gouverneur Slip East. And then the contractor will move to Jackson Street between Water Street and South Street to do the same work that they did on Water Street and Gouverneur Slip East. So that work for the work hours will be Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The traffic will be restored at the end of each workday, but there will be a vehicular detour on Jackson Street, and there won't be access to South Street. So vehicles kind of leaving Water Street will not be able to make that right and then swing around to South Street. They will have to go up Jackson Street, over to Madison Street, and then down Montgomery Street. Jackson Street headed east will only be open to local traffic. And then if it's a drop off or something, they will have to turn around at the end here and go back up to Madison Street. We're still getting the duration of this closure, so we will post that once we do receive that. And a formal advisory, we haven't posted an advisory yet. This was, we were able to get enough information to post this for the CAG because we wanted to bring this to you. And then we'll be working on the advisory in the next day or so. These are some of the construction photos from Parallel Conveyance. This is construction of the sewer chamber in Gouverneur Slough East. I think this is a really interesting photo of the infrastructure there. This is micropile installation at Avenue C, conduit installation at East 20th Street. I mean, I think that's really interesting how they kind of use these smaller concrete pieces to make the conduits kind of snake through, under other utilities while still protecting them. So it's just very interesting to see the progress below ground and then what happens above ground. And then quickly for project area 2, again, we mentioned the 3 parks are open except for the area where they are constructing the new Solar One building. So I know we have questions still, but we just, from our team to the CAG, wanted to wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday season and a happy new year. And we look forward again, as always, to presenting more in the coming year and collaborating with you and working with you and on this project. So we're very thankful, and we can open the questions now. And Paula, I thought you said you had to leave.
At 5:15.
Oh, 5:15. Okay, great.
All right. Thank you, Desiree. Michael, go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, Desiree. I have 2 questions. The first one is just clarifying the flyover bridge. You said in the water, so does that mean that it's going to wrap around the building and go into the East River instead of going above the building like we thought?
Yeah, correct. That is the conceptual design right now.
Okay. And then the second question has to do with the FDR noise, because I have a feeling that most of the complaints you're getting are coming from my complex. And I don't think Dove is on the call tonight, because I think he's the ER representative for the CAG. But anyway, I think what needs to happen is maybe some more kind of verbose advisories as opposed to just advisories of, hey, night work needs to happen. Like, I think if maybe, if Dove's able to get you connected to East River Management, maybe, you guys can write like a little letter or a little paragraph explaining why this work has to happen at night and what the work actually is, that people will be a little bit less prone to complain about it. Because it has been a hot topic in our building's Facebook page. Luckily, I don't live on the FDR. I live inside one of the inner buildings, so I don't hear the noise. But yeah, I just think that if you guys can do maybe a better job of trying to do some communication to the building, and even if you can't get access to the management office for them to send something out to their email list, even if it's something that you get to me and I put up in the laundry room, like just something that people can see why this work is necessary and why it can only happen at night.
Yeah, we've been posting these kind of what's going on here flyers for other operations. So we can work on a what's going on here flyer with information and the map and photographs and why this is really critical. And again, the expected end date, etc. And yeah, we will send it around. We could send it to you, and if we can get access, we'd be happy to post it anywhere or drop it off at the management office as well. So we can definitely do that. That's a wonderful idea. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Wendy.
Hi, I just have a couple of questions. People have been asking, is there any lighting for the new footbridge at Delancey coming?
I believe so we have to bring, part of part of the noise is bringing those electrical conduits through to the park. And then once there is electric service, then I believe there's lighting on the bridge. I don't recall. I think it's just post lighting. I don't think it's, you know, fancy decorative lighting like some other bridges in the city. But there is lighting for sure because the park is open in the evening as well. So yes, there will be bringing lighting to the bridge and to the park and amenities.
Okay, and the also questions about lighting on the track and in the, when the track is done, will there be lighting there?
Luke, would you want to take that question? I think Luke is on.
Hi, Luke.
How's it going, everybody? You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
So let me get back to you on the specifics. Like, I know there's lighting on the perimeter of the track, but I think you're asking, like, is there robust flood lighting? And so I'd rather give you, like, the precise answer rather than I think.
So we'll get back to you on that, Wendy, because
Thank you.
on
And
also.
I'm glad to see the Pinch Point Bridge is going to swoop out over the water. I think that will be a nice experience. And I really didn't worried about the earlier design, which I couldn't imagine, but just how it might affect people at Reese houses, even just after all the work was done, with the micro tunneling and the 10th Street Bridge to come, and then this next piece. So I'm glad to see it's going to swoop out, and I assume not get too close to Reese houses if it's way over there. That's good. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Thank you, Wendy. I think did Martin have a
Yeah, there is a petition in regards to getting the track lit. There's a movement for that. The uh, the design as such will leave a lot of the track dark, and the possibility of people getting injured or being victims of crime would be accelerated with the darkness. We've mentioned this also in regards to the Stuyvesant Cove Park, that it's because much of it is not visible from Avenue C. When in fact it is open, it will be problematic.
Yeah, so we'll come back with more information on that too, but thank you. Thank you for that update.
Any other questions? Wow, that might have been a record.
Don't jinx it.
Sorry. Thank you, Desiree.
Thank you. Thank you all. And again, happy holidays and happy new year to everyone. It's really been, again, a pleasure getting to know everybody over the past several years. So I wish you all a happy holiday season.
Thank you. Same to you.
Same to you.
Bye, Desiree.
Bye.
All right. Usually I propose a little break, but given that we're at 4:30, I'm going to propose that we power through, unless anyone has a strong objection.
I second that.
Cool. Well, that being said, so welcome to the CAG only portion of the meeting. I don't have any agenda items. I'll just, remind us of the conversation we had last time, which we had the guests from Lesby talking about their efforts to try to get some of the archaeological items that were discovered to be shown in the new Cornelius Hook Park, and their second effort to try to keep some of the terracotta ornamental features, if they could somehow be displayed in the new track house. So I know Michael offered to prepare a letter on behalf of the CAG in support of their efforts, but I know, Michael, you said you would probably get around to that in January. So
Yeah,
just
I spoke to them after the meeting and we're gonna do it, we're gonna get together and work on that after the holidays.
yes, exactly. So just as a yeah, that's just a reminder of like the last thing we talked about. Robin, go ahead.
Yeah, but did we also talk about the shade and trying to change those cobwebby military looking covers on the baseball field? I don't know if that was something that had to be followed up on or not.
We didn't talk, I don't think we talked about that in the CAG only portion. We did talk about that in the portion that Luke was on to let him know that we did not like what was there. And I believe that he said he was going to explore other options, but that if we had ideas, we should send them to him. So if you have an idea of what you want to see out there, you should send it to him.
Okay. Well, thanks for the reminder.
Yes, thank you, Michael. Anything else?
I don't have a clear picture of what solar lighting will be installed. Isn't there some? Do you all remember that?
We saw it during the walkthrough that we did when we went to go see the amphitheater, because I asked that question because I kept walking by lights that weren't solar, and I'm like, I thought we were doing solar lights. And from what I can tell, most of the solar lighting seems to be along the esplanade, whereas the inner lighting is electric lighting.
Interesting. Okay.
But you can tell, so you can, I mean, obviously, if you go down to the area that's open, Pier 42, they have solar lights there. The solar lights are the ones with the big square panel to catch the sun rays. So if you can look from, outside the fence line, you can probably see the ones that have those big square solar panels on them, but they are more towards the river.
Okay. Interesting.
Stuyvesant Cove is all electrical. And it has been out, the lights have been out at times.
Did they ever fix the drinking
yeah.
fountain?
Well, it was on and now they've turned it off for the season.
Thank you.
But the railings, because of when the high tide and the splash on the railings is, it's ugly. It's you have the white salt or whatever is in the water decorating the railings. And they said that they were going to do something about it, but not yet. Maybe it's in the punch list. I have no idea what items are actually in the punch list. Asked for it, but it's the way it goes.
Anyone else?
What kind of concert, Paula? What kind of music?
I don't know exactly what's on the menu, if you will, but she plays clarinet in the symphonic band in her high school.
Very cool.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
Well, have a great holiday, everybody, and enjoy the concert, Paula. See you all next
Thanks.
year.
All right. Thanks for closing
Yeah.
us out, Michael. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Happy holidays.